Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our 900 Degrees Pizzeria Game of the Week. I'm Pete Terrier, reporting live from the Derryfield School in Manchester, New Hampshire for a Division IV good one tonight. The Derryfield Cougars playing host to the Newmarket Mules. Newmarket comes in with a record of 14-1, and when they played each other back at the beginning of the year, January 4th, Newmarket came away with a 49-36 victory. Very much looking forward to seeing Christian Hawkins, the star guard from Newmarket, playing this one of the leading scorers in the entire state of New Hampshire basketball. Looking forward to seeing what he has. It is our 900 Degrees Pizzeria Game of the Week. Derryfield and Newmarket coming to you live on nhsportspage.com. Go high for it, Goldstein. Now Zorn has it. Underneath, and an easy two for Bennett Doherty. And it's 6-2 with his own teammate Green for the rebound, and Derryfield came away with it. Tyler Zorn got the ball stripped away. Here comes Hawkins back the other way, left-handed layup, and he puts it in. 8 puts it on the floor, now gets it to Icefeller. Icefeller, left-hand side, three ball on the way, and rocking it through the hole is Sean Fleming. It's 8-7, and Newmarket back up on top. That's the first basket of the game for Icefeller. Back the other way, Gilmore scores off a nice feed from Goldstein. Rebound offensive to Valinsky. Fleming will try a right side three, and he swishes it. His second three of the game. Gets it into the hands of Green. Green down the lane, bounce pass, Anderson for the finish. Nice pass by Green, and Derryfield back up on top. Derryfield. Doherty. Left side, gets it to Anderson, pull-up jumper, a couple of steps back at the free throw line, and he banks it in. And I know he called glass. 25-24. This is it across Goldstein, now to Anderson, underneath to Doherty. Doherty left side, Goldstein, pull-up jumper, high archer goes, and Derryfield back up on top, 27-26. They get it into Morin. Morin bounce pass to Icefeller, high post. Icefeller puts it on the floor, goes through the hole, puts up a wild one, it goes in the foul. Chris Rizzo's has it, working against Morin. They go top of the key, Doherty's three, straight away, and he drops it in, we're tied at 30. Doherty down on the low baseline to Rizzo's. Rizzo's passes it to a cutting Anderson, and he snakes through the lane for two, and Derryfield got it away to Doherty. Doherty right baseline, low block to Gilmore, reverse layup is gone. The big guys taking control for Derryfield. Hawkins finds Icefeller. Icefeller gets back to Hawkins, straight away three. It's off the rim, and then it falls through. That thing hit every part of the rim, and then free throw is good, and it's 51-47, and that is going to do it. 51-47, your final. Derryfield knocks off Newmarket. Derryfield improving to 11-4. Standing here with Jamie Hayes, head coach of the Newmarket Mules. Tough one tonight. Great game, great atmosphere. You guys made a big rally there in the fourth quarter, and it looked like you had control. It looked like you're going to win, but they ended up making some clutch plays down the stretch, and they pulled it out.
They did. The problem is you can't play for 3 minutes and expect to win games. I wasn't pleased with our effort on either end. Mostly mentally. We struggled to run offense, just to get 5 guys in the right spot, not because, we weren't executing. Well, it was because we weren't executing, but we didn't have 5 guys on the same page tonight. Team defense was weak, so, and they did a good job exploiting it. They matched our intensity and probably went up another level.
In the beginning part of that fourth quarter, they jumped on you. I think 9-0 run to start things off. It was tied at 30 at the end of the quarter. Looked like their big guys were really starting to take a toll on you. I think it kind of turned around. Maybe they got a little bit tired, but did you see it that way as well?
Yeah, absolutely. They, they went right inside, and I mean, in the first half, their bigs had 16 of their 21 points. So, they pounded it in, and unfortunately, we didn't. We didn't get physical with them, and they had their way with us.
When you look back and you look at the loss at Sunapee a couple weeks ago, a lot of people kind of surprised about that. That's a pretty good team for an under 500 team. They're knocking off some decent teams. You see this thing tonight. Can you kind of use these to your advantage as you head towards the playoffs? You only got 2 games left in the regular season.
Well, I hope so. I thought that we would have used the Sunapee game and not had that happen again. But it was the same thing as tonight. We didn't have mental focus, and it's a lot of plays we didn't make on both ends. A lot of loose balls we didn't get to. We gave up too many offensive rebounds, and offensively we weren't in sync. So hopefully we can figure it out.
Coach, I was talking to Peter Carlson's family. They say that he may be back by the end of the year. I mean, is that possible?
Yeah, we're hoping. He's starting to practice a little bit. It definitely hurts us not having him inside. Senior leadership and toughness and length. That hurts us. But it's high school basketball. You play the hand you dealt, and you go on. We just hope guys will step up and we move on from there.
All right, Coach Jamie Hayes, good one tonight. Thanks for treating me to a good one. Didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but I certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Here with Rob Bradley, the victorious coach tonight, Derryfield Cougars knocking off Newmarket, the team that a lot of people said were the favorites in Division 4, but Derryfield might have something to say about it. 51-47 was the final. Coach Bradley, when you look at this season and you look at the 10 wins you had coming in, you got to say that this one has to be the top win so far, at least so far.
Yeah, this is our best win of the season, and we had a couple of tough losses that we were disappointed about how we played, and as we go into the end of our season, this really is the last really kind of elite team that we were playing on our schedule before the tournament. And I said to the team, if you think you really have a shot to go deep, you got to show up against these guys, because I have a great respect for Jamie's program, and I think they are the favorite still. Though Littleton's pretty good too. I saw Littleton did pretty good. But so this is a nice win that I told the kids you can now talk about maybe making a tournament run so. Yeah.
You guys weathered a few storms. I mean, you jumped out on them 8-2 to start. They came back on you, and then you took a 9-0 run to start the fourth quarter, snap a 30-all tie, and then here they come again, and Hawkins was really lighting it up. Everybody knows how good he is. Can you take something out of that fact that you were able to weather that storm, especially in the fourth quarter?
I actually said to the kids at the end of in the game we're talking about it that the win is great, and we needed the win, right? We have an outside shot for top 4 now. We have to get a couple things going our way, so we needed that for it. But it helps our seeding. But I told the kids that the biggest thing for us is that I think we had to fight for this game. We had to fight for the game, and I think there's been a couple of our losses where we're playing hard and we want to play well, but we didn't really, when we got pushed and shoved into a corner a little bit, I don't think we fought our way out of it. And Newmarket, more than a few occasions, pushed us back into a corner and said, how bad do you really want it? And I think the kids, more than anything, I was pleased by the fact that we showed that we do want it, and that we fought back and took control of the game and took some lead. Got a lead back, hit some clutch plays down the end. So in some ways, that's one of the things I'm most pleased about, is how we fought to get the game. So. And
your big guys really, I thought, controlled it. I mean, Larrabee with 16 points, Anderson with 10, Josh Gilmore with 8. I mean, especially in that fourth quarter. I mean, look at all those scoring marks right there, and that was in the fourth quarter, and that was really at the start. But Larrabee made some big plays down the end, and I don't know who got the block on Hawkins at the end there.
I think it was Anderson. Yeah, I think it was Max. And one of the things that some of my fellow coaches and opponents is we're pretty big, and especially in our division, we're pretty big, and I think we're pretty talented on the front line. And there's been an aspect of, can we get our perimeter play to take advantage of some of that? And Newmarket makes that difficult because they play so aggressively and they are so athletic on the perimeter. So it's an interesting matchup. So we changed some of our tactics a little bit with our bigs bringing the ball up the floor, and the last couple of practices have been nothing but we have got to get inside touches and let our bigs kind of go to work inside. And I was really pleased with our perimeter play to find those guys and get them after it. And I think that strength and that size made a difference in the end, right? And helped us to keep getting points in difficult situations. We were able to get points. And I think against Newmarket, you can go 5 or 6 minutes without getting points, and then you're done. And so we kept getting points, and as I hear somebody say, when I'm watching college games, you just keep kind of the system rolling around, right? And that was good for us. So.
Well, congratulations on the win. Rob Bradley, head coach of the victorious Derryfield Cougars, now 11-4.
Yeah, thank you, and Next game's the most important game now. This one's done, right?
That's what they always say.
Next game's the most important game.
Thanks. You think you could help me snag? Derryfield, marquee win of the season, 51-47 against Newmarket. Here with some of the players that helped make it happen. Roger Larrabee, we got Bennett Doherty, and then we got Max Anderson right here. Well, I'll start with you, Roger. You had a real big game, hit some real big free throws in the final seconds or so, and I really thought that the size that you guys have really kind of took over, especially early in that fourth quarter. Did you guys really feel that you guys were trying to take control of that with your size?
Yeah, usually we take a lot of three-pointers, but we kind of realized that, I mean, that's not how we're going to be able to beat this team. We're going to be able to beat this team by pounding it in and, you know, dishing it to the other bigs, doing the high-low game, and we were able to do that.
And Bennett, you hit a big three there in the third quarter that, you know, it seemed like this thing was going back and forth. I mean, you guys jumped out real early in the first quarter. They came back. It was nip and tuck really throughout the second quarter, but you hit a three and then a couple of big free throws in the fourth quarter. So you ended up finishing with 7 points. But I really felt that with you guys being able to kind of withstand those runs from them, that's really what helped you guys get that victory today.
Yeah, I thought it really came down to us being able to come back and play hard defense every single time, because we've had issues in the past of giving up runs to teams and losing momentum, but I think because we stayed intense the entire game and made sure that even when our offense wasn't going, we played defense, we were able to stay with it.
Max, you finished with 10 points. You and Roger in double figures with 16. You had another big guy, Josh Gilmore, with 8 points. And you know, I was showing the coach here, the scoring ledger here in the fourth quarter. It was you guys doing most of the damage there. I want to talk about what you guys did, though, on Hawkins and Icefeller defensively. Hawkins was pretty quiet through most of the game. He had an explosion in the fourth quarter. But what did you guys do to kind of keep him under wraps throughout the first 3 quarters?
Well, I think the essential part of our defense was the help side, and how we always had the second man and third man rotation, and how we all hedged in and helped out, and that helped shut down the players from going off too hot.
When you look ahead, and we got 3 games left in the regular season, I'll give this one to you, Raj. What can this team do? I mean, you played almost the entire regular season. There was a lot of hype about your team. You beat a team that also has a lot of hype tonight in Newmarket. How good are the Derryfield Cougars at this point?
I mean, I think we got so much talent. I mean, there's a couple of new kids coming into the school, I mean, me being one of them, and we're really finding out, it's a little late in the season, how to play as a team. And trusting each other is a huge part that we just really found out how to do. And as long as we keep up our intensity, I think we can take it all the way.
All right, guys. Well, we really appreciate the time. Max Anderson, Bennett Doherty, Roger Larrabee. Derryfield victorious 51-47 against Newmarket right here on nhsportspage.com. Derryfield wins it. It was a good one, too, 51-47. Roger Larrabee leading the way. The transfer from Bedford, the big guy, 16 points. Big block at the end on Christian Hawkins to preserve the win. Also hit 4 huge free throws in the final 15 seconds or so to give his team the final 4-point winning margin of victory. I mentioned Anderson with 10. You had Gilmore with 8. Doherty with 7. For Newmarket, Hawkins, a quiet, real first 3 quarters, ended up scoring 11 of his 18 points in the fourth quarter, but he needed a couple more, needed about 5 more to get his team a victory. Only other player in double figures for Newmarket, Sean Fleming, who hit 4 threes in the game, was lighting it up from downtown. Josh Icefeller, the other big man for Newmarket, finished with 9 points. This is my first Division IV basketball game ever, and I was really impressed. It was good basketball up and down the court, nice atmosphere here, and I saw 2 of the best 4 teams, or 2 of the best teams in the division. Looking forward to see how this thing shakes out in the regular season in the final week or so, and then of course in the Division IV tournament, which is going to culminate up at Plymouth State University. Should be a lot of fun. Once again, for our 900 Degrees Pizzeria Game of the Week, I'm Pete Terrier on nhsportspage.com.